What's up, Libra? This is going to be a Celtic cross for the remainder of March and or when you come across this reading. As always, if you'd like to book a one-on-one, website link below. Leave a comment if you feel that this reading does resonate with you. Spirit of Love and Light, highest possible messages for Libra here. Let's jump right into it. We got a past, present, and future card for you here. Past, present, and future. Okay, so for the past we have the Ace of Swords. This is clarity, truth, victory. For the present and or immediate concerns. Also the Self card, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Libra, this is speaking to, could be a little bit of stubbornness, a little bit of smugness that you could be concerned with in regards to an Aries or a Taurus, an earth sign or a fire sign, and or something that you're channeling within yourself in regards to financials. Okay, the King of Pentacles, Pentacles being in regards to resources, money. Resources could also just be time, space. Pentacles can also be symbolic of years as well, a year's time. Or maybe if you've been out of work, it's coming up on a year now. But the past seems to indicate more clarity and truth. Whereas now you're kind of seemingly holding on to something. I'm getting holding on or smugness or not being so giving. The future and or new circumstances card is the Page of Cups. This is tapping into your intuition, jumping on the fish phone, talking to the other side, as it were. What's behind the veil. And we do that by kind of, tuning into our soul, our spirit through meditation, journaling, talking to the universe, prayer, things of that nature. Libra, I think this doing this practice will help you get unstuck, as it were. If you are feeling a semblance of, not as much truth and clarity since that was in the past and feeling stuck. Let's get an obstacle card here. You got the Justice in reverse. Feeling like things aren't fair, feeling like things aren't balanced. Just on the wider stage of the world, with quarantine and lockdown, I know a lot of people are feeling that, but if we keep in mind that there are higher forces at work here, and no energy is gained or lost, so any of the energy that you've been kind of utilizing as carryover from a more traditional year or lifestyle before lockdown and quarantine, just keep in mind that it can be utilized here and now in a constructive, productive way. That being said, I think a lot of times energetically and karmically we have to institutionalize and initiate our own justice, not vengeance, but rebalancing and reallocating of resources here. Again, that sword featured the sword of truth, justice, and clarity. Maybe though sometimes we can be reliant too much on our analytical thinking and objective reasoning, as opposed to balancing our mind with our heart here, as indicated with the scales being held here. Libra, you showing up here in your own reading, the scales of Libra, the scales of heart and mind resonance, wanting to make sure that your heart is in it just as well as the hard facts. And I think that that's where the Page of Cups comes into, is tuning into the more emotional, spiritual, esoteric, quite literally finding, what does your emotion say about the situation? What does your heart say about the situation, Libra? Let's get a card for our anchor position, okay, also known as the unknown position. What's unknown? I think what's unknown is that there is actually a lot more justice than you can kind of see here. I think a lot of times we get caught in the world spin of the whirlwind, of the news cycle and how they kind of spin things to their liking. Okay, so I feel like this anchoring card here can also be known as foundation of concern or influence of the situation. I think it reiterates that justice card. That there isn't this fair shake, there is this imbalance. But I think also, to my initial point, that there is a lot more good in the world that we're being exposed to. And we just have to trust and have faith in that and tap into that as well. And maybe even seek that out and eke that out, in the corners of what's not being shown to us. Because I think when you kind of just tune into mainstream media It's a lot of grim, fear and tyranny and all that stuff. Terrorizing people. Let's see what we have with the higher power card. Or the crowning position. Yeah, you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So I think you're doing, you're a lot more well off than you think. Libra, keep in mind this could be Sun, Moon, Rising. Six of Pentacles here. This is the Emperor kind of, bestowing breadcrumbs or morsels or provisions to people in need, quite rightly, based on what they deserve. Literally balancing out what they need as opposed to giving from your heart. I think when you do things from your heart, you tend to be wanting to give a lot more, and in turn be able to tune into this legacy, this abundance, right? This abundance doesn't come as symbolized here in this Ten of Pentacles. This abundance is not just the physical, but it's more so the richness of heart, the wealth. I want to say wealthness, but the wealth and the health of your heart. And I think that's what this King of Pentacles is going through. I'm going to put you on pause really quick, Libra.